So hi guys, in the second video we are going to deconstruct Space Invaders. Um, if we are going to implement Space Invaders, the best way to start is to see how the game works, what entities make up the game, and what are the rules of each entity and how they relate to each other to create the whole game. So first I went to the Wikipedia page just to check on more information about the game because I need like specific rules to understand the specific rules of the game and the timing and everything. It was okay, but then I found this page, which is also really cool. This Space Invaders page, uh, and it's I really like this page because it have like a lot of information and you have also a play guide and some tips even to how to play the game really well. Like basic techniques, and you have ultimate Space Invader tricks and tactics. And it's really cool because I have like the tactics of like destroying a bunker from the inside so you can be protected, and also shooting all the invaders. And you have like the basic techniques like destroying all the columns of invaders on the edges, so they take more time to reach the edge before shifting down. And you have like some more crazy techniques like waiting for the invaders to reach the bunkers, because then the missiles cannot harm you, and it's like a whole crazy strategy, but it's really cool to read. So if you guys want to see it, I think it's a good resource. But I also watched some gameplay videos of Space Invaders, of the original one, the arcade one, and I also tried an online version. I'm gonna get all these wings. Sorry, sometimes this open the wings, sometimes it doesn't open. I don't know. I'm gonna do this so you can. Let me just skip this. Okay, here we have like a video of the original gameplay, arcade gameplay, so I took a look at this to understand the entire mechanics and how it works. And I also tried an online version of the game. Let me just here freeinvaders.org, where you can just try the game. Not exactly the original one, but you can have a good sense of how it works as well. And so I'm gonna put all these links in the description so you can just try it and go over it. But so let's start to deconstruct the game. I'm gonna get not this one because okay, here we can have an overview of all the elements in the game. So first thing we need to understand about the game is the winning condition and the losing condition. So the winning condition, pretty simple. The player needs to destroy all the invaders. As soon as the player destroys all the invaders, the game starts back from the beginning, but the invaders start one how you call it, one row down. I mean, if the first time the invaders start here, the next time the players destroy everyone, the next time the invaders will start a little bit down and a little bit down and a little bit down until the end, until the player eventually loses. So the main objective of the game is to get the highest score possible. So the game never ends until the player basically loses. Losing condition. The losing condition, the player can lose in two different ways. One of the ways is getting hit by a missile from the invaders, and another way is when the invaders reach a position below the bunkers. I'm not sure if it's directly on the bunkers, if it's the player height or the bunker's height or somewhere in between, but I know that when the invaders reach down almost close to the player, he immediately loses. And the player has 3 lives in total, so when he's out of life, it's game over. So this is the winning condition and the losing condition. Now, let's see how the game works, what are the entities and how each entity works. So let's start with the player. So the player has this small laser cannon at the bottom of the screen, and the laser cannon can move left and right, and can fire some laser shots, missiles, or whatever you want to call it. And one important thing about the missiles that the player can shoot, he can only shoot one missile. I mean, he cannot be constantly shooting missiles, but the rule is that you can only have one missile at the screen on the screen at the same time. So if a player shoots one missile, as soon as it destroys, only when the missile is destroyed, the player can shoot again. So this is something to keep in mind, because if you shoot a missile and it doesn't hit any invader, you need to wait to the missile to get to the top of the screen before you can shoot again. So this is an important rule. Then another thing about the player, when the player gets hit by an invader missile, he has like a destroy animation. You can see that the sprite changes and you have like a really small animation, which is important to know because we're going to need to create sprites for that animation, and we'll go into that in a future video. And that's it. I mean, player has 3 lives, and when it's game over, it's game over when it reaches 0. I think that's everything we need to know about the player. So moving left and right, can shoot missiles. You can only shoot missiles, or you can only have one missile at the screen at the same time, on the screen at the same time. And when the player is destroyed, it has like a small animation made up from 2 frames actually. That's it. Next, invaders. So we have a lot of invaders. We have basically it's 11 columns by 5 rows. We have 3 different types of invaders. You can see like type A, type B, type C. These different types, the only difference is that they have different point values assigned to them. So these invaders, these 2 rows have, each invader is worth 10 points. These 2 rows, each invader is worth 20 points. And these ones here, each invader is worth 30 points. That's it. Now, how the invaders work. So they start somewhere around here, and more for the left, more at the left or the center, I don't remember, but they start at this position and they move left and right. So they start always on the same position, and they start moving right. And each time the first invader reach the edge of the screen, the whole group of invaders shifts a little bit down and starts moving the opposite direction until it reaches the other edge. Then everyone shifts down and changes direction again. Once again, this is a really important thing to know, at least for players, because if you start one of the basic strategies, start destroying the invaders on the how you call it, on the columns on the edges, because it's the whole group only shifts down and goes into the opposite position when the first invader touches the edge. So if you can destroy these columns on the edges, it will take more time for the whole group to reach one of the edges and shift down. So it will take a lot more time for the whole group to come down near the player. More things that we need to know about this. Oh, then we have like some more specific details, like in the original game, the invaders took like 11 lines to reach the bottom of the screen. So where they started into the bottom of the screen, I didn't worry about this, to be honest. So I just put it at some position that I thought it was okay, and we'll just go with it. More things. Just as the player can shoot missiles or laser shots, the invaders can also shoot some missiles down at the player. There are 3 types of missiles. They have different speeds. We have like the slow and straight ones. We have the fast straight ones, and have the wiggly ones, which are like this. They do like this, and the wiggly ones are the most powerful. and the most fast, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about how this information, because there is not a lot of information about the speed, how the speed changes according to the missile. I know that some of them are slower than the other ones, and they also say that some of the missiles are more powerful than another one. So the wiggly ones are the most powerful ones, uh, and I think that it does different damage. For example, to the bunkers. When the missiles hit the bunkers, you can see that they destroy the bunkers, and the most powerful ones destroy more of the bunker. I'm not exactly sure how it works, so I didn't implement this. I just implemented the three types of missiles and with different speeds. That's it. More things. Oh, each alien or each invader has a small animation when they are moving. You can see it here. They have like this small animation, which is made up of two frames. We'll go over it also when we are creating when I'm going to show you how to create sprites. And more things about the invaders. Oh, as soon as the invaders are being destroyed, as long as the invaders are being destroyed, they speed up, and the music also speeds up, which is really cool because it gives this like distressed, give you distress when you hear like the music speeding up and the invaders speeding up, and you see that they are reaching the bottom. So it's a really cool part of the game. And and when the invaders touch the bunker, when they are close to the bunkers and they start moving over the bunkers, they destroy the bunkers immediately. I don't think I implemented this on the version that I have right now, but we can go over it on the version that I'm going to implement with you guys. More things. Oh, the mystery ship. So, this one. This is a mystery ship that just moves from left to right or right to left on the top of the screen. And actually, I think in the original game, the mystery ship only moves from left to right, but I'm not sure. And the rule for this mystery ship is just that it appears on top of the screen, moves left to right. It has high value, so if the player can hit the mystery ship, I think it's worth 100 points or 300 points. I'm not sure, but it has a really high value. It has like I mean, the point value is not static. It depends on the amount of shots that the player made until the mystery ship appears. It's something like that. I didn't worry about it. I just gave it like a static value, it's like 100 points or 300 points, and it's okay. Also, another rule: the mystery ship appears every 25 seconds. That's important to know when we are implementing it. Then we have the bunkers. So we have these 4 bunkers here. They are used for the player to hide beneath the bunker, so it doesn't get shot by the invader missiles. Also, when the player shoots, it can also destroy the bunkers. Like I was saying, one of the strategies is also like destroying one bunker from the inside, so the player is protected and can be shooting the invaders from beneath the bunker, which is also a cool strategy. And the bunkers are destroyed by the missiles from the invaders and from the player. And each bunker is made of let me show you, at least the way I've implemented it is, where is it? It's here. The way I've implemented it is with like three by four tiles of 3 by 4. So when the missiles hit the bunker, it's going to be destroying one of the tiles, the tile that it connects, and each tile has 4, I think, 4 states before being completely destroyed. At least this is the way that I implemented it. Now I have this ground floor line. It also gets destroyed when it's hit by the missiles. Oh, not here, but in the original one, yeah, it gets destroyed. You can see here. It's like a really small animation that we can do also. It looks cool. And that's it, I think, in terms of rules. So player destroys all the invaders move from left to right to left, and shift down. Invaders shoot missiles, have a mystery ship, we have the bunkers, and that's it. Player has 3 lives, and that's the overview of the game. Now we can go and get an overview of the sprites that we need to create the game. So let me just show you. I go into Figma. Oh, and you can see here. Like I said in the another video, these are the original sprites that I got from Sprites resources, and I created my own sprites using a Piskel app, like a sprite editor online, which is really cool, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So you can see that the player has 3 different sprites, like the default one, and these 2 sprites are used when the player is destroyed, and we use these 2 sprites to create a simple animation. Then we have the player missile. Sorry, my dogs are like crazy. Then we have the player missile and the missile explosion, which I think I'm not using it. Maybe I forgot, I don't know. Then we have the invaders. Each type of invader has 2 frames to create the animation, and we also have a frame for the explosion. Then we have the invader missiles. Each missile has 4 sprites for the animation. So we have the slow straight ones, the fast straight ones, the wiggly ones, and the explosion. We have the mystery ship, the default sprite, and the exploded sprite. These are the tiles that make up the bunker. So you see that the bunker has basically 5 different types of tiles. So this corner, this one, and this one. And each one of the tiles has 4 states before being completely destroyed. I'm going to show you in Scratch how to create the bunker from this set of tiles. And we have the ground sprite, so like filled, and like the ground is filled and the ground after being damaged. And then I created also some sprites for the score. You know, this is just a label, score 1, and here we have the digits so we can write the score on the screen. And I'm gonna need to do some code to show it properly. And for the lives of the player, I just did 3 different sprites instead of being instantiating and writing the 1, 2, 3 and showing these sprites or not. I just created 3 different sprites, and we're gonna change it as the number of lives decreases. That's it. That's the overview of the sprites that we need. And in terms of sounds, we have some different sounds also. The game has different sounds. So let me see. The sounds that I got was from this website. Let me show you. It didn't open. I don't know what happened. Oh, no. It was from this website. So we're pretty cool. So I'm just giving a shout out to this guy. And I took the sci-fi sounds from this package of sounds and I used it for the game. So we need sounds for the invaders as they are moving. We have sounds for the mystery ship, for the player shots, for the explosions of the invaders when we destroy an invader. And that's it, I believe. We'll see on the video about the sounds where I'm going to show you how to edit the sounds and cut some basic stuff. I don't know a lot about editing sounds, but I did what I can with it. So I took the sound from here and then I just edit the sounds in the way that I could use them. And I mean, that's it. I think that's an overview of the game. Next video, I'm going to show you the layout that I prepared for the game, already prepared for Scratch. How to use it in Scratch, because it has like the size of the Scratch canvas, and I laid out everything here so that when I was importing the sprites into Scratch, I would know where to place them. So I think it's an important thing to check also. And that's it. Okay, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video.